sure something's not showing here. What is up, everybody that watches, all 20 of you? I appreciate every single person that comes in here. I am sitting in my pickup. I'm here at the Wally World, getting ready to get a couple of supplies. I figured I'd stop and say hey. I haven't been live on the OG channel for a minute. And let's see if anybody pops in. See if notifications are even going out. Yeah, there it is. Turn that down. It's I don't know, would it be better over here? Like, do you want to be this close to me? Yeah, okay, we'll do it that way. Take glasses off. A little bit of a glare, right? Hey, like my Transylvania hat, they are a local Springfield band that rule. They started off as an Iron Maiden tribute band, complete with 3 guitars and everything. And they then they got some originals, and they're a pretty cool band. What's up? My name is Nobody. What's up, Shannon? Shannon, did they have parking where you were hoping they were having parking? Shannon's back on the road. Lazy slacker, taking 4 months off, I swear. You made one. You made one? Okay, good deal. Just don't get towed and or arrested and or mugged. Those of you who don't know, Shannon is in the Bronx right now, trying to find a spot to spend the night. So I am in Salt Lake City, Utah. So anyways, I'm here at one of the beautiful places here in downtown Spring Creek. And yeah, a lot of riffraff. There was a person killed at this Walmart about a year ago. It was a road rage shooting incident. And there's like an American flagpole, and that's literally where the dude died. Guess they got an argument, and then they pulled in the parking lot, and the dude said, F you, dude, shot him. They caught the guy that did it, but still. And that's like the second one. There was another one that just happened recently, about a month ago at a different Walmart. So Walmarts are kind of like, ooh, sketchy, right? So, crappy TA. You didn't make it to the customer. Well, hopefully he'll do okay. But how's the parking? Is it more busier this week? I know last week it was kind of dead with Easter and all. Don't forget, next month is the DOT Blitz, which people love to take that week off. So it's usually a pretty easy week of trucking for the most part. You can actually get rates a little bit higher. What's new in my world? So dispatch has been pretty interesting. Well, those you pay attention to Sterling, I dispatch him, and I've got 2 other drivers. Now check this out. This is one of the things I had to deal with today. I had a driver pick up a load. So we called on this load, right? Never dealt with this broker before. I don't even remember seeing their stuff in the rate cons. But they weren't in the system, but we didn't have to do a setup for them, which was interesting. And the driver goes to pick it up, and the broker wanted all these things. Like, you make sure that you can't leave the shipper without them signing the bills. We got to have pictures of the load, pictures of the securement. You know, like, they had like these 10 steps. Now, one of the things I've noticed about some of these mom and pop, smaller, foreign-based brokerages is that they have this whole team of people in the email chain. and not one person, A, either knows how to hit reply all, or B, don't read the emails if they are even involved in the reply all. So I kid you not, I've got one email chain of like 10 people. The driver's included on this chain and is communicated every step of the way, and it just becomes a jumbled mess. There was 3 loads like that. One that I booked, and then 2 others that a couple other people booked. Like, it got so bad, I had to call the driver. I'm like, dude, what's going on with this load, right? So if you're one of these people that loves to run for 1 or 2 or 3 brokers, there's nothing wrong with that strategy. I know that, like, a lot of people are like, oh, you got to expand your horizon. You're leaving money on the table, blah, 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 blah. But it gets exhausting. And, I don't know, man. I'm all about relationships in trucking, relationships with brokers. Yeah, they'll toss you at the drop of a hat if needed, right? But for the most part, you know, it's pretty stupid, right? And this one gal called me today, and I swear to you, it was like this. I was like trucking, this is Steve. Yeah, this is logistics, and we were wondering, driver. I go, what? Excuse me? I didn't hear that. Your phone was breaking up. I said, logistics, driver done, load number 23, truck number, driver. After about 5 minutes of this, I finally got, it was a broker that I actually just booked a load with, and she was wanting the driver information, even though I just emailed said driver information. And this particular broker had a tracking app that didn't work. Of course, they got all the $100 fine if you don't track, $100 fine if you don't sneeze right, $100 fine if you're 5 minutes early and 10 minutes late, that kind of thing, right? So we'll probably lose our butt on this load. It's crazy. And look, I get it. There's a lot of fraud out there. I was supposed to watch a seminar today about fraud that the CHP was doing out there, but hopefully since I registered, I can get the replay. I don't know, but I was too busy. On the other hand, though, I was able to orchestrate like 5 loads today, and everybody's booked until, knock on wood, until Monday. Because Fridays have been a torturous existence, right? So, let's see. My name is nobody. Praying for your safety, Shannon. No, it says it's a ConAgra. I don't understand where I'm going. I tried place, don't show on Google. Well, good luck. I got a can of whoop ass, and Dee Dee is a straight killer. DIY says foreign, boo. Dee Dee got to go swimming today. Great. So your truck smells like wet dog. Awesome. I bet you that's lovely. Make sure you break another bottle of vinegar so it kills the other smell. So that's a great. I can just smell your truck right now. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be delicious, right? Vinegar and wet dog. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, if you guys pay attention to the church channel that I run, I'm actually doing a sermon this weekend. It won't be live. It will be on Memorex. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Again, knock on wood. I call it a sermon, but really I'm just filling in for the pastor. So I'm going to say a couple of things, and people are like, yeah, Jesus rules. And that'll be the end of it, right? Um, what else is going on? I'm playing guitar more. I'm actually playing guitar on the worship team. It's not distorted, unfortunately, but we're getting there. We'll get there, right? We'll get there. We'll be like, cha, 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 cha. It'll be awesome. I keep telling you all, Dee Dee doesn't ever stink. She smells like baby powder all the time. It's quite amazing. But yeah, what kind of water was she swimming in? That's the question of the hour, right? A lot of things going on in the world today. Um, isn't that the name of a song or something? Looking forward to hearing you. Well, don't get too excited, but I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Um, David Edwards, hey now. What else? Oh, Saturday, there's this beginners pew pew class that my wife and I've gone to. We're taking my son to it, or I'm taking my son to it Saturday. So that'll be cool. Get him to kind of, it's about gun safety and look, people in the 20s are lied to about pew pews and Hollywood doesn't do anybody any favors. And so there's this misconception, like when people use the term assault rifle, it's like, okay, define assault rifle. It's an AR-15. Do you know what AR stands for? Yeah, assault rifle. No, that's not what it means. I was guilty of that at one time, but then I got educated and figured it out. All it takes is one little Google thing, right? What else? I am working on some of my own music. Kinda. I haven't done a guitar live feed in a while. I need to. What I need to do is get the full stack out and just jam on it for a while. Just make everybody deaf and hate their existence because I'm too loud. That's kind of a something I'm looking forward to doing. What else? Things are going to get tough, people. They're saying that port volumes right now are down to COVID levels, like COVID shutdown levels. Now, if anybody remembers, what happened on the other side of that was glorious. But, as I pointed out to a friend of mine today, what does that look like when we get our rates back? That means that everything else is going to get expensive yet again. Because remember, the price of trucks, the price of trailers, the price of fuel, the price of tolls, the price of labor all went up. Parts and everything all went up when we were getting the best rates in the industry. It'd be nice if you had a happy medium, right? But it's going to get interesting. People, look, and here's the thing. This is not a trucker thing. This is a real thing. The press is going to do everything they can to make sure that we're far off, worse. We seem worse off than we actually are. Okay, they're gonna, and people will feed into it on social media. They're gonna show empty shelves. They're gonna show everybody closing. They're gonna show people panicking in the streets. It's like you'll see this panic at a store over something, and like, oh, look what the tariffs are doing. And meanwhile, it was a clip from 2018, right? Or something like that. And just be aware that that's meant to stir us up. That's meant to put us in fear. That's meant for us to go out and overconsume, right? So just be aware of the manipulation there. They're going to manipulate your emotions. They're going to manipulate your fear. They're going to manipulate everything about it, right? They're going to use it to go against the guy that's in the White House. And that happens on both sides, right? You know, it's meant, like, Democrats are the best gun salesmen ever, right? What happens to, you know, firearm sales when a Democrat gets in office? You know, and starts talking about gun bans, right? The manipulation, right? Control. Now let's see what else. Cheap Freight Hauler, good evening. PETA, what's up? What's up, Jeff? I haven't heard from you today. Shannon told me you weren't feeling good, so I didn't bother you. Pretty much handled everything today. But that's about it. So it's been, now I'm doing grocery shopping, but I use it as an excuse to go live on the OG channel for a minute, just to prove to people that I'm still live and I still do videos on this channel. So went to another doctor. Well, I hope they could help you out better than the last one. So, you know, that's kind of where we're at. SST, what's up? I saw you sneak in here. You doing grocery shopping? I do that every day. This is actually the first time I've actually gone out of the house, except for yesterday. We went to our Wednesday night thing, which I just uploaded to Weller's page about an hour or so ago. But beyond that, this is the first time I've been out of the house since Sunday. And this is the first public place I've been to since Sunday, really. So I was telling the world that the son and I are taking a beginner's gun class, mainly for him, but it'll give him a chance to shoot for the first time. It'll give me a chance to kind of go over a couple of things I own and make sure that they're working right. So Shannon's in here. Don't say you're buying the discounted Easter candy. Maintain social distancing. You know what? There's a guy. Let me find this dude. I'm gonna put a link to this dude's channel. It's a guy named John Hicks. And I'm telling you, you want to see the country at its worst, or just to see how far. Now, you Detroit people are like, whatever. But this guy rides an electric bike or a BMX bike or a mountain bike around LA, right? And let's see if I can. I'm gonna share his channel. Share, copy link. Go back to my video here. I'm gonna share a link in here. I don't know if it'll do a link anymore. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Just go watch his shorts. You don't have to watch his long full-length videos. Go watch his shorts. And he's like dodging rats. There are prostitutes that are on the corners that are literally one tiny piece of clothing away from being completely naked. I mean, that's how bold everything is out there. It's out in the open for everybody to see, right? And I encourage you to click on that channel. It's kind of a trip riding bike, because you know, I used to be a BMXer back in the day, and I used to ride through the streets and through the alleys and through the parks and stuff like that guy did. But to see LA at its, you know, in the worst places like Skid Row and all that, it's actually pretty incredible. Like, I remember when I first started trucking, the first time I took a load to Detroit, I was shocked of what I saw, because, you know, I've been across the country with my dad, but, you know, and I've been through New York City, but beyond that, I never really seen things to that level before. And it's kind of crazy to see that, you know, we sit there and people talk about third world countries, and I'm like, dude, we're kind of there with a lot of places around in the States. Prepare for rapture. Wash his shorts. No, watch his short length videos. Gosh, damn, I check your hearing. Jeez. That's a nice truck. But it's going to get interesting. So just, be careful. And SST, if it's the rapture, then, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'll figure it out eventually, one way or another. But anyways, we got 14 people in here. Give me the thumbs up because I'm a narcissist and I need that kind of attention. The cart pusher is talking to himself. Interesting. But I guess you could say the same thing with me. I'm talking to myself. So he's probably like, that weird bearded guy in the pickup truck is talking to himself. Yeah. With 11 people in here, I pretty much am. So I appreciate everybody coming in. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Thanks. Low board tomorrow morning? Yes, because everybody's booked. And as long as there's no emergencies and Raycons aren't flowing in at 7 a.m., we'll go over low board because I want to show what the Friday volumes look like compared to what they were when I went live yesterday. So it'll be interesting. So with that being said, strength for today, hope for tomorrow, and I might put this back public once it goes away. Peace. I said peace.